Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. A very quick description of the Janazah prayer. Obviously, people will need to attend the Janazah prayer at some point in their life, whether it's friends or family, and perhaps they haven't studied the fiqh of the Janazah prayer. Now, the Messenger of Allah ﷺ said that the rows should be compact, so you should be standing very close to each other as much as you can, and the more number of rows you have is better. Because there is no ruku and sujood, you can stand very close to each other. The Imam will then say Allahu Akbar, and that's the first takbir. There's 4 takbirats. The first takbir, the Imam says Allahu Akbar. Then you recite the Fatiha to yourself quietly, and this is the correct opinion. This is the view of the majority. Some of the ulama have said that there is no Fatiha, but the correct view is that there is a Fatiha. The Messenger of Allah said, "La salah liman lam yaqra bi Fatihatil kitab." There is no salah for the person who doesn't recite the Fatiha of the kitab. The second takbir, the Imam will say then Allahu Akbar. Then you do the durood. Now you would do towards the end of the salah. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad kama sallaita ala Ibrahim wa ala Ibrahim innaka Hamidum Majid. Allahumma barik ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad kama barakta ala Ibrahim wa ala Ibrahim innaka Hamidum Majid. Then it's the third takbir. And this is the point where a lot of people get confused. There are supplications that the Messenger of Allah ﷺ has been narrated to say for the people who have passed away. If you can memorize them, they're good. If they are quite lengthy, so if a person can get their head around it, excellent. If you can't, then I would just say, and this is the view of the majority, there is nothing fixed. The point here is that you make dua for the deceased. And even if you can't say it in Arabic, then you can say it in your own language. But if you can say this in Arabic, then you have done well. If it's a man, Allahumma ghfir lahu warhamhu. Allahumma ghfir lahu warhamhu, if it is a male. If it is a female, Allahumma ghfir laha warhamha. Allahumma ghfir laha warhamha. Allah have mercy on him or her. O Allah, forgive them, him or her. If it is a group of people, Allahumma ghfir lahum warhamhum. Allahumma ghfir lahum warhamhum. And just keep repeating that. The Imam will probably do the lengthy dua, but as long as you're doing that, the Messenger of Allah ﷺ said that there's no person who has the janazah prayed over him, and there are at least 40 people who are seeking intercession and making dua to Allah to forgive this person, except that person will have that forgiveness from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Then it's the last takbir, the Imam will say Allahu Akbar, and then he will say Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. The majority of the ulama have said you do 1 taslim to the right and that's it. Some of the ulama, and again this is the view of the Hanafis, that you do 2 taslim as you would do in a normal salah. This has also been narrated from the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. However, the majority of ulama have said that the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam habitually used to do 1 on the right. But either way, there is no need for a person to be so strict on it. It's an extremely broad issue. And this is briefly the janazah prayer, and I think the dua part is very important. Allahumma ghfir lahum warhamhum, for a group of people. For a male, Allahumma ghfir lahu warhamhu. For a female, Allahumma ghfir laha warhamha. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept for us our supplications and have mercy on all those people who have passed away, and have mercy on us when we go through what they have been through. Wallahu a'lam. Sallallahu ala nabiyyina.